I expect everyone to shed a single beautiful tear.
They'd kill for each other.
I was thrilled, especially to see what happens to Alina. It is different from how it goes in the books. Ooh.
Red hair.
Oh yeah, you do got the red hair.
Is red hair an aspect of a personality?
It can be.
It's a personality trait, I'm pretty sure, from the redheads I know.
Yeah, I am fiery.
See.
I'm Aries rising.
Alina can be a bit spiky. I'd quite like to be a bit spikier, I think. Maybe people wouldn't mess with me.
Difficult for me. Psychotic villain-wise.
Yeah, genocidal tendencies.
Do you know what? I think he's got good, calm authority when public speaking. I get quite flustered if I have to speak as myself in front of people.
Complicated as hell, really.
Yeah.
They want to be together, but they can't. And that's why it's so complicated.
Yeah, there's an unspoken trust, I think. Because they work together in a gang, there's that thing of, you know, they take a bullet for each other, they kill, as we see on the first scene, they kill for each other, you know, and they both know that, but could never verbalize it. And actually, to go to any next stage, they'd have to be able to speak more freely about what it is that they feel for each other, and that maybe less so for Inej, but for Kaz is certainly not a possibility at the moment.
Immediately, like, he's so captivated by this person who's just like so incredibly powerful, and he's kind of starstruck. And I don't think there's many people who can make Sturmhond starstruck. She's so magnetic and so good and benevolent. He doesn't allow himself at first to fall for her, but it becomes harder and harder.
They have quite opposing first impressions. When they open their mouths and they speak, and there's a shared language that they have and a shared understanding, they want to look after each other and protect each other.
Amongst the utter chaos of the Grishaverse, they're able to sort of engage in what is quite a joyful, lovely time. They're both very damaged, especially with trust. It's how they are able to sort of find homes within each other, or find safety within each other in amongst this wildness.
Very complicated, I guess, those feelings.
He's trying to understand why this woman has an effect on him in a way that other people don't.
Because it's both, they are aware that they are two sides of the coin, but then they're also, in season 2, essentially like arch nemesis. So it's a really interesting relationship.
But he sort of says these cliche things. He says, I can see, you know, myself in you, and that's always a bit of a roll your eyes moment in any kind of story. But what's interesting about our story is that sometimes those things turn out to sort of be right.
It's kind of like a marriage.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just a bickery old marriage.
Old couple,
isn't it?
Like us in real
Isn't it,
life.
babes?
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of magic all around if you're looking for it. There's so many signs if you're open to them. The whole experience of me landing the part and meeting Danielle and the whole crazy journey of that and how fast it moved for me was, you know, straight out of a storybook and certainly quite magical.
I don't know, maybe Dura.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that. Yeah.
Why? What would you do with it? I could see you.
It's like being like a 3D printer in, you know.
Yes.
I do like that.
What's sexier than a 3D printer?
I want to be 3D printer man.
I think a tailor would also be really cool.
I am a tailor. I can fix, but I can also modify.
Yeah.
I guess if you were a healer, then you could just do whatever you wanted.
That's true. You'd be like Wolverine.
I quite like the heart rendering. I think that's interesting. I like the idea of being able to suss people out, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'd stick with the one that I have.
I'd be 3D printing stuff.
I was trying to get in touch with Tamar's magical ability. I remember pulling a tarot card. It was the Magician, and as I pulled it, like this little ray of sunlight just came through the window, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm magic!" that felt pretty magical. It felt like a good omen.
You never told me that.
Yeah,
I know.
It's amazing.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
I was saving up till now.
Yeah.
Saving it for Popsugar.
Popsugar.
I'm trying to think of the things we did to amuse ourselves when we're sitting in a tent freezing cold.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, there's quite a bit of memories of us freezing cold on that boat, trying to huddle together and be warm.
I remember that, but there was a lot of giggling going on in that.
There was a
boat.
lot.
I
Yeah.
don't know
So
what
much
it was.
giggling.
I think having like Archie and you guys there, it's not a good combo.
I was so excited. I was really excited because it is different from how it goes in the books. It's really a bit of a cliffhanger. I was thrilled, especially to see what happens to Alina. I thought that was really cool.
I expect everyone to shed a single beautiful tear.
Thanks, Popsugar. Go check out Shadow and Bone.